It's the holiday season here once again in the US, and as someone who has recently lost my dad, has been grieving my mother for the past 10 plus years now, and who has recently gotten divorced all before the age of 35, I understand how the holidays can feel stressful, triggering, or downright sad. When you're experiencing a loss, the holidays can highlight who or what is missing, instead of making you want to break out into this song of cheer. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 4 things that you can implement to approach grief this holiday season. So jumping right in, because I know you may be busy, it's the holidays and I don't want to keep you. So let's go. So how can you approach grief through the holidays? The first thing you can do is be authentic in how you are feeling. Firstly, avoid putting on a brave face for others, as you don't have to mask your emotions for anyone. As a quick example, something that I've noticed in parents is that they try to mask their emotions in front of their children, regardless of who or what was lost, because they don't want to appear too emotional to upset their children. However, as a trauma and grief coach, I encourage people to be authentic even around their children. So if they feel the need to cry, cry. I don't say cry all day long, every day, in front of them. But if you, just have a grief burst out of nowhere one day, don't harp on it, just go with it. Because children need to also learn that it's okay to be authentic with grief, that feelings are associated with grieving, and that feelings are okay to be expressed when grieving. Also, doing so will just teach them that grieving is acceptable, that it is normal. Also, being authentic with your feelings can look like not attending every event or certain events, and not participating in certain traditions or conversations. If anyone tries to get you to do something that you don't want to do, you can try saying things like, "Thank you for suggesting that. I prefer to spend time alone today." Or, "I appreciate your invitation, but I don't feel up to that this year." Or, "At the moment, I'm not interested in that, but if I change my mind, I'll let you know." Express gratitude for people trying to include you, but make sure that you stay true to yourself and stay firm. Simultaneously, give yourself the grace and the freedom to express yourself, just in case you have unexpected emotions, like I mentioned before, those grief bursts where just you start crying out of nowhere seemingly, but of course you are crying from a place of loss, right? It's so important that we express our emotions, because when our feelings and emotions are suppressed, it can lead to health issues later on down the line, because a lot of time unexpressed grief just is stored in the body. So it's really important that we maintain authenticity and express those emotions when they come up. I'm not telling you to walk around yelling at people this holiday season because you're angry, but I am saying to make space for the anger. And because, people don't deserve to become abused because we're grieving. So we just want to be mindful that if anger does arise to the surface, that we give ourselves the space to deal with that anger on our own, possibly. If you find yourself feeling angry, I suggest spending time alone or finding a healthy distraction of some sort. Go do something that you enjoy, like take a walk at the park, go to the movies, go out to a restaurant to have a meal surrounded by people that you possibly don't know or know as well, or something along the lines of that. Obviously, whatever it is that you like to do that makes you feel good, and that can be considered a healthy distraction. Which brings me to the second thing that you can do this holiday season, which is to prioritize self-care. Anything that nurtures you and makes you feel good. That can look like ordering you some food from DoorDash or Uber Eats or something, and cuddling up with a photo in bed of your loved one. It can look like taking a nice bath and listening to some relaxing music. You know what you like and what feels good to you, so again, just be authentic to yourself. The reason I'm suggesting self-care and healthy distractions, although it may seem basic and simple, is because the grief process is emotionally taxing, and that means that around this time we are at greater risk of adopting maladaptive behaviors such as smoking, drinking alcohol, doing things that cause harm to our bodies, and so we just want to be mindful that we adopt good behaviors, because we don't want to get addicted to certain things or something like that. I've heard stories of people who are grieving and then they, consume alcohol to numb the pain and things of that nature. And so at this time, while it may feel like we want to just drown ourselves because, we are in the state of pain, we just want to make sure that we continue on being healthy, as healthy as possible. Also, employing these behaviors can lead to exacerbating the grief and actually prolonging it as well. And so that's not something that we want to do. So the next thing that you can do, number 3, for this holiday season is to employ a support system in advance. You can ask to celebrate the holiday with someone that you know. If the person that you are grieving is someone that you are used to spending the holidays with. But if you don't want to be around anyone, which is totally fine, I suggest asking at least 2 people to check in on you the week of the holiday, beforehand and afterwards. And the reason is because I want to help you stay safe. Employing 2 people to check in on you can also just help in the case that one person can't get a hold of you as well. So you'll have another backup person to help support you through this time. Another thing that you can possibly do is attend a grief community support session, whether that's online or in person, so that you can surround yourself with people who can better understand your grief. Not saying that they'll totally get everything that you're experiencing, but just to be surrounded by other people that get it a little bit more than maybe the average person in your life. That can be extremely helpful for this holiday season. And of course, there are a plethora of other things that you can do. Again, stay true to yourself and kind of gauge what works for you. And finally, lastly, I suggest creating a small ritual of remembrance for the person that you're grieving or the people or whomever it is that you are grieving this holiday season. For example, for me, I typically will light a candle in honor of my mother, and this is the first holiday season that my father will not be here. We were estranged before his passing and everything, but it still is in the back of my mind, and so I may light a candle or I may choose to do something else. It's so crucial for me to make this point right now, which is just grief doesn't make us forget the person that we have lost. That's just not what grief is supposed to be about. In fact, I would say that it's more about remembering them in healthy ways and showing gratitude for the time spent with them. Another thing that you can do to honor your loved one who has passed this holiday season is to set an intention to remind yourselves of them on that holiday. It literally doesn't matter what time of day it is. It can be morning, noon, or night, but just set an intentional time to focus on their memory. You can share a story about them with someone else, or you can do an activity that they used to like to do with you or something along the lines of that as well. And I want to stress, while we know that these strategies won't completely take the pain away or the hurt away, they can definitely help us navigate grief during the holiday season. So if you're entering a grief-filled holiday season, I'm sending you so much love. You are not alone. You are just trying your best to navigate a complex time, but I want you to know that you do have support out there available to you. So that brings me to the end of this video. I hope it was helpful in some type of way. If it was, please let me know in the comments below. Please support my channel, as my goal is to reach more people that can benefit from this content, people who are grieving, people who have experienced trauma. I am trying my best to reach 1,000 people by my birthday, which is a ambitious goal, but I'm hopeful that it can happen. A small disclaimer, I am not a therapist or any licensed mental health provider, but I am a From Grief to Gratitude certified coach and a trauma-informed practitioner. Of course, I have experience with grief and trauma, and so this is why I do this work. So I deeply resonate with you if you are grieving this holiday season. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Sierra Janae, and this is Light and Love Limitlessly. Until next time, take care and happy holidays to you and your family. Love you. Bye.